Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 67. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer. Oh my god.
We're not even gonna let's
Should we go again?
start it with a dumpster fire.
Alright, let's go again. Alright. We'll keep all this in. Let's just go again. Alright, you ready?
Alrighty.
Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 97. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside my Spanish meatball, Joseph.
Also the people's champ. For now. There's been rumors
For
of
that.
a
So
contender.
let's start at the top here.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of stuff. News, there isn't much of it this week, Joe.
No.
Honestly, I didn't even want to do the podcast today.
No, it's been a dreary day, tired.
It's I don't know what's going on in my life right now, but Destiny 2 has taken it over. You'll hear more about that soon. But I've got to tell you a little story.
Okay, tell me a story.
So I was out and about doing my thing, and I don't know where I was, but I was at, and someone come up to me. It's like someone who I knew, like, oh, Corey, how are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing really well. You know me, just, I'm like, oh, how's work at Goals? And I was like, oh, I don't work at Goals no more. I'm doing my thing, you know what I mean? And they were like, wait, what do you mean your thing? And I'm like, my gaming stuff and, all that stuff. And then they were like, yeah, but that's not a real job.
Oh, boy.
Joe.
Oh, boy.
Joe. So obviously, I said to him, "Oh yeah, you're right. The 8 hours, the 8 hours minimum I do a day live streaming on Twitch.tv/MCFixer. Not a real job. No. Not the podcast I do once a week, where I put in a lot of effort.
Where we have this growing audience.
So you know what I decided to do? I decided to look up the definition of work.
Beat the shit out of them.
Of a job. That's what I did.
I would have resorted to violence.
No. I didn't do that. And a job is something you get paid from. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to anyone that supports me on Patreon, because you let me kick the teeth in on that guy who was like, oh, I didn't know that it was a real thing. It was like a legit, that guy's a dick. So fuck that guy, but thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Does that guy watch the podcast?
I hope so, because fuck him.
Fuck you, dude. I don't know who you are or where you come from. I would have beat the shit out of him, Fix.
No, you can't do that. But there's story time with MC Fixer. Joe.
Yeah.
Let's just say this episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by Mike Lynch, and you will hear from him a bit later. If you want to get the show early, you head over to patreon.com/MCFixer. You can get yourself some goodies and treats and all sorts of nice stuff. Right now, right this precise second, Patreon supporters get early access to the brand new vlog that has just come out, which is my vlog of Turkey. You all know that I went to Turkey for a week. And you can now watch my experience. It's mainly me acting like an idiot and Haley dancing. You see me without a top on, so beware, everyone, beware. But yeah, that is up for Patreon supporters. Again, you can get this show early, free.
You can do this. I have faith.
You can get this show early for $3, the audio version. You can get the video version early for $4. You can get the live version right now.
How much?
For $4 as well.
What?
I know. Bargain.
You're practically giving this podcast away for free.
But let's get into what's important, which is what is in our box. What have we been playing, Jojo?
I mean, I've been playing the same game you've been playing, man.
Destiny 2.
Dude.
So
it's all consuming right now.
It's definitely a video game.
Yeah, it definitely has its problems, its ups and its downs. But it's really fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's got me by the balls. It really has. It's got me right by the balls. And every time I go to myself, do you know what? No.
Right.
I'm not running this second character. What did I do? I ran a second character.
What's your second character now?
A warlock, and fuck warlocks. Let me just say it, lad and proud, they suck. They can't. The only good thing about them is they're special. They can't even jump though. Fuck warlocks.
Their jump is a goddamn learning curve. That's why in the beginning I was like, oh man, I'm making a warlock because my Xbox and me needs one. Oh boy, their jump is not the best. My favorite jump's the hunter.
Warlocks. I'm all about that Titan life. But
I like the Titan jump.
So I've got 2 characters.
Okay.
One at 282 power level, and one at last time I checked, 232, I think.
Okay.
So I got 2 characters. I'm getting both of them to raid ready. I have not done the raid. I've just been grinding for the last week. So nothing really to update you on, really. Yeah. You heard that review last week. That episode done really well. So thank you anyone that liked, shared. Come in. Maybe we've got a new audience. Maybe you're here for the first time. Hello. Hey. Welcome. Nothing. Yeah. Great. I was about to say, let's pass it over to you because you've done the raid.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
A little bit. I did a little bit of the raid last night with the PlayStation podcast, a podcast made by the players for the players. Maybe you heard of it.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Never heard of
it. That's my podcast, guys.
That's how you get paid.
Yeah. So I did the raid and we only had like 2 hours. So
you won't get it
the
done.
First part. Easy. Yeah. First part's definitely easy. It looks like this place looks like Kanye West's mansion. What I would picture Kanye West's mansion to look like, at least in the beginning. Very extravagant. I like it a lot. Like the setting wise, I like fighting the Cabal. They're a lot of fun to fight. I think to me, they're my favorite enemies to fight because I think the variants are just so good. But then the second part is not explained well at all.
Which is the point though, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry to cut you up there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the whole point of the raid? It's a challenging puzzle version of a strike.
Yeah, it's a super hard strike. That's what it's supposed to be
with puzzles.
Yes, and there's this one puzzle / fight that we don't know what we're doing wrong, and like that was the thing that took 2 hours. Is like, what are we doing wrong? And it was kind of aggravating, and people were getting a little aggravated. So we're waiting a day, and we're gonna see if there's any guides out.
Which there will be.
Yeah, because even the guides were just like, we don't know what happened, but you'll hear a sound, and we're like, we're doing everything the guide says. We're trying to hear this sound, and there's nothing. And so we're just like, what are we fucking doing wrong? So that's a bit aggravating, but good news on that is that purple engrams drop real rapidly there.
Oh, okay. So it's worth doing.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. Also, for like people like Crash who are like 290, you guys definitely overkilled. Don't go over. You don't. Honestly, my hunter was level 262, and I was doing. I wouldn't say like the top DPS, but I was doing always in the top like 5.
Yeah, so
not top 5, but like top 3.
So story time again with little MC Fixer. This is gonna be a story time episode, okay? So I'm rolling with my squad. We go hard in the paint always, and that's a basketball reference for those who don't understand. So we're playing, we're doing our thing, and I say to Crash, "All right, cool. When we're doing the raid?" Crash is like, I don't know when we're doing the raid, maybe tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the morning, your time, GMT. I'm like, yo, if we're doing that, you need to let me know because I need to be awake to get that shit. I'm down. Don't get me wrong, I'm down, but you got to let me know. He didn't get his shit together. Let's just say that, yeah?
Yeah.
But Crash has been a little bit anal. He's been a little bit anal about the situation because he's saying that he's only going to play the raid with people that haven't watched the raid and haven't done the raid.
Why?
This is why I wanted to bring this up, because he has a good argument, I think, and it's kind of my argument as well. We play video games for these new experiences. I just grinded for a whole year. Jesus, that would have been crazy. A whole week to prepare for this raid. So then why would I want someone else to come into the raid with us, such as, maybe not you so much, but our friend Merc, who had done most of the raid, he watched streams, he knows what to do. That kind of defeats the whole object of the raid itself, doesn't it?
No, so I played WoW for it played me for a long time in my life. And the one thing of like when raids came out, they were like an event. Like they were awesome. And yes, part of the fun is going in blind and oh my god, someone's dying in the back. Going in blind and experiencing the game for yourself, and that's fun. Like I remember Trials of the Crusader back in the Lich King. Those were that was a really fun raid, but it never hurts to when you're stuck to go and look at something or go have someone who has played it to walk you through it, because it's fun going in blind. But like last night, it's not fun to spend 2 hours on something where you're like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything right. Like at the end of it, like we had people bickering to each other, like don't tell me what the fuck to do, I'm doing it right type of deal. So to me, yes and no. It's fine to have one person who knows what they're doing or has an idea, but even when you're watching the guides, even when you've seen the walkthroughs, you are doing it. It is fresh to you, so you are learning as you go. As well, I would say. It's yeah. I remember Black Temple. I remember all that shit, and so to me, the guides were also, when it came to it, fucking super necessary. Holy shit! Anybody who's played WoW, Kel Facade in what was that?
This is the Xbox podcast. No one plays
WoW. I know, but that was a lot. All right.
Look, I'll tell you, email in my Xbox and me podcast at gmail.com if you play on WoW right now. Yeah, holler at Joe because he needs someone to play with him.
Played BC and understands what I'm saying.
No one. But I do think it's a compelling argument. I do. I'm not opposed to the idea of playing the game with someone that has seen it or played it, honestly. Yeah. Because I'm like you, and I really don't like the thought of being stuck somewhere for 2 hours. That just doesn't seem fun.
And the reason why you're stuck is purely because of you don't know you don't know a mechanic, you know?
Yeah.
Like this one is like super vague. I don't want to say it, but it's a super, to me, as a raid mechanic so far, because we were trying to like doing the math in our head. In my experience of raid mechanics, this is just, it's dog shit. It's really like mechanics should be somewhat explained to you, and this is totally not, unless I'm missing something, and I could be, because we were doing it at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. Again, but from what I've understood, a lot of people, I'm thinking that part of the dungeon's going to get a patch because a lot of people find it extremely frustrating. So,
okay. I did play something else. I played a little video game called FIFA 18, the demo. So what? What did you say?
Okay, go talk about your sports game. I'll just be here.
What did you say? You talking to me?
Yeah, it's FIFA. It's the same shit. Well, it's like new grass on the field. They inflated the ball, the virtual ball. You get to inflate it yourself. Mini game.
I just want to let you know that you can no longer say sports games are the same anymore because now they have story modes. So you're getting a new part of the story every year. So it's not the same anymore. So your argument already flawed. But what I will say is, someone who is a FIFA man for the last, since maybe 07, this feels a lot more like PES.
Oh boy.
So interesting. Pro Evolution Soccer, for those who don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is, and I only played 2 matches. Very quick 2 matches. It feels a lot heavier. And the players, I played Manchester United versus Man City, and I played Real Madrid versus, I don't remember who I was versus. Chelsea, I believe.
Okay.
And for you, this probably means nothing, but the players do feel more like the actual players. They don't feel like shells of people.
Right.
Like Paul Pogba, Manchester United midfielder, he drives the ball very well down the center of the midfield, and he did feel a bit more weighty. The game did have a bit more to it. It felt it wasn't just knock, 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 pass, 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 pass. It wasn't as quick. It wasn't as arcadey, even though it's a simulation game. If that makes sense, it does feel a lot more realistic,
grounded.
Yeah. I hate grounded, but yeah. It does. It does feel a lot more realistic. It does feel a lot more weighty. It does give the game a little bit more of that was real touch, I guess. For me, it's the case of it wasn't just not the boy over the top, not the boy over the top. You can't do that. And I know you couldn't do that very well on 17, but it could be done. It felt like you was working the ball from one end of the pitch to the other. You was switching play a lot more. You was playing the ball out the back when you back four. It did feel good. But this is just a demo. This is only played 2 games, so I'll give you a full review when the game comes out, of course. But yeah, it so far so good. It feels good. It feels like heads more, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, give it up to sports.
Whatever.
Someone email Fixer and see and talk sports to him with points and goals.
Oh, this was so. I watched the Tottenham game last night, didn't I? So I went to a sports bar last night. Joe tweets me. I tweet saying, we've got to bring Ericsson into the game more. He's going to tear this keeper a new one. And Joe tweets me, yeah, go team with the more points. Yeah. I'm like, their goals. He's like, yeah, I knew that. Come on, Joe. Idiot.
I'm like, that team has to score more points than the other team to win.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Sports.
Let's get into the topic of the show this week, Joe.
Yeah,
as we do each week. Again, like I said, slow news week, so this will be a pretty short show for most people, honestly. But this one was sent in by a user, and it says, "Hey Fixer and the People's Chimp. As you won't read the email."
Like he mispronounced it. He misspelled it.
Got ya.
Because he's proper BO. He doesn't know how to spell.
How do you know it's proper BO? I ain't got there. As you won't read out the email I've sent in twice now, you are forcing me to come up with new questions when you have a perfectly good email ready to go.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, as you and Joe seem a little unexcited about the new console and games coming out, what more do you want? Sorry. As you and Joe seem a little unexcited about the new consoles and games coming out, what more do you want to be, and I quote, blown away? Like a drug addict, probably kills me. Like a drug addict, your first hit will always be the most amazing. Never to be repeated. You chase the high, but you will never find it. You can never play a shooter for the first time again, or a racer, or a adventure game. The highs have been and gone. All you have left is a variations on a theme. Should game developers take the Nintendo approach and only release a game every 3 years or so for each IP? Would this get you more excited to play games? ? Anyway, still love ya, proper B.O. So the question here is, should game developers take the Nintendo approach? That's going to be the title of this episode, because I like that. Of releasing a new Mario game every 3 years and releasing a new kart every 3 years, Smash Bros, whatever it is, whatever the game is. Isn't that what... And to Joe, ask you this question. Yeah. I don't think we've both been unmotivated by new games. The hardware, the Xbox One X does nothing for either of us. Yeah, as people are on PCs, but the games look good. Assassin's Creed Origins, South Park, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, obviously Madden 18's dropped, Destiny 2. The list goes on. FIFA. I'm excited for all of these games. So I disagree with you in a sense of where we don't seem excited or blown away. I just think that where we come at things in a different approach now because we're adults and things don't blow us away. I think we learned that this year with E3. This year's E3 was a solid E3. But for some reason, we all went in with such crazy expectations that it was kind of like, oh, it was good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Like, I think expectations is a real great thing, because the one thing this week that everybody was super like excited for, if you're like a Nintendo fan, was this Nintendo Direct, and everybody was like, I know the Xbox podcast probably out, but this goes along with the story of people were like, Smash 4 is coming out. Super Smash Brothers is coming out. They're going to announce it. It's going to be fucking awesome, whatever. And all because this Direct happened to be on the same day of Smash 4's release back in the Wii era or Wii U era. And it wasn't the case. And you had like this thing back in E3 with Xbox of like, they're going to announce this, they're going to show this off, and it never happened.
Yeah.
And so it's the one problem is, and I think what this podcast is pretty good on is expectations. So what I try to do, and I think what Fix tries to do, is we try to set a leveled expectation of what to expect.
I think for us, it's a case of we're both very honest in our approach when we speak.
Yeah.
And you know what games we're excited for, you know what we're not excited for. And I wouldn't say that developers need to change the way they do things because of that, because like I say, Gears of War, I think that's probably on a 3-year development cycle now. Same thing, obviously Forza every year, that's just, or every other year with Horizon. If we're talking about exclusives, that's all we got. Halo Wars 2. Do you know what I mean? I want new IP. That's what I want. I think I hate to say it, and it burns me to say it as an Xbox gamer, but that's what PlayStation are doing really well this generation, with the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit Become Human. There's enough there. There's other games I could list. I just didn't want to go through them.
Right.
There's enough there that is new. No, it doesn't change up the way. Horizon Zero Dawn is not the first big, best RPG there is, but it does some unique things in that world, and it tells me a unique story, but not even just a unique story in the storytelling way. It gives me my own stories I have my own stories to tell with Aloy. When I jumped off this and I did that, or I did this and I did that, and it doesn't... The gameplay loop is still there. It is very similar. You knock things off these giant dinosaur-looking things, whatever. We know they're not dinosaurs, but it's not like it changes the way games have ever been done before. But it's unique. It's new.
It just approaches it in a unique, different way.
Exactly.
And I think like with Destiny 2, like the emo goes like, you'll never experience the same thing, like whatever. And that's true. You're never going to experience the first shooter. But I would say this, with Destiny 2, I've not had, when it comes to the original and comes to the sequel, I've had way more fun so far with the sequel than I did with the original. And I mean, I was pumped. Again, went to that alpha, played the shit out of the alpha, played the crap out of the beta, come to the single player, loved it. And then what I didn't love was the story. So when I entered Destiny 2, holy crap, and seeing all these problems for the most part be addressed and go, we're going to give you these worlds that actually feel lived in. And not just these bumpy hill-like stupid levels. The level design in one was awful. And so this one, it was so impressive to me. Other than the shaders, this game has been phenomenal, really has. So to me, it's when developers understand and they address the problems with their predecessors, or when they go and they take a different approach.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Destiny 2 is doing anything crazy compared to Destiny 1, gameplay-wise. It isn't doing, but it has, like I say, for me personally, it did the thing it needed to, and it dumbed everything down. Which is, here's your light level, this is how you get your light level, you hit the level cap. Sorry, here's your level, you get your level, you hit the level cap. Now this is the next game is getting your light level up to hit the raid. The challenges on the side when you go into your menus, it's just stuff like that may have been there in 1, towards the end, but it was not there at launch. It wasn't. I know that for a fact because I played the launch the vanilla Destiny. It was just poorly done. This is a masterclass. Good job, Bungie, for this, and it's a great game. It's a great game.
To me, just because we aren't excited about the hardware, like the Xbox One X,
because we have the hardware. This is not the Xbox. Sorry to cut you up again, Joe, but this isn't the Xbox 2. We're not excited for.
Yeah,
we're not excited for a little. Not a little, I shouldn't say. The most powerful console ever. I know.
Right.
I know. But it's just a power boost. It doesn't do anything different to what my OG Xbox One does.
Yeah. And for $500, like I'm just saying it's too much for me. New iPhones came out. iPhone X. A fucking stupid ass name.
Everyone's doing X's.
Yeah, everything's an X. X can give it to you apparently, but the iPhone didn't, and everybody's like $1,000 for a phone, too expensive. What is it gonna do? Like serve me breakfast? I don't get it. Read my eyes? That's not weird. So, just because something's too expensive, just because we don't think the hardware is there or that 4K doesn't, and I honestly think 4K doesn't really impress me much. Doesn't mean I'm not on board with the games whatsoever. To me, it's not about the power. It is about the gameplay. It is about the games. And that's what I think in 2018, Microsoft will have the upper hand because they have the slate of games that now need to come out. You got Sea of Thieves needs to come out. State of Decay 2 needs to come out. Crackdown, what is it?
3
needs to come out. Halo needs to be fixed. Like there's these issues with these games right now that are totally Microsoft's doing, and they need to fix these things. And you see that they are taking steps to address them. And that's at the end of the day what needs to happen. To me, just reboot Halo.
Yeah, all right.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep and then make her the villain at the end of 5. Sorry.
Spoilers, jeez.
No, the game's not worth playing. Fix. It's really not worth playing.
I own the game. I've still never played it. I think it's a good question. I do.
Yes.
No, I don't think things need to change. Honestly, no. I think developers already work hard enough. I think games are already on 3-year life cycles, like you said. Yeah. I think the Nintendo approach, what you got to remember with Nintendo is, I bought a Switch and I'm loving my Switch.
Right.
Nintendo on the Wii U, which I owned as well, didn't release any first-party games, remember? Or they were all crap. I'm sorry, they wasn't good. I didn't play Switch then, but Mario Party 10, terrible game.
Terrible.
There's plenty of others again. I don't need to go through them.
Yeah, but, I mean, like we always praise Nintendo for being like this publisher and they do have the best IP and the most iconic IPs out there.
The most iconic,
they make duds too. They do. You think ARMS is good, guys?
Again, what you got to remember with Nintendo as well is, I think our ARMS does look quite good actually. But what you got to remember with Nintendo is they have. Their hardware is a secondary hardware to an Xbox or a PlayStation. It isn't you own the Switch and you don't need one of these other 2 consoles.
Right.
And you buy a Nintendo hardware for Nintendo IP. You don't,
and everything else is a bonus.
You don't necessarily buy a Xbox One for Xbox first-party games or second-party or exclusive. You don't. Some people do, and like us, because we're all hardcore gamers, we do. But I don't think anything needs to change in the development cycle of games, if I'm being honest with you. Let's see if I'm an ad this week. And it's your boy Mike Lynch, of course. And he says, "Hey everyone, Mike Lynch here. And I'd like to tell you about my YouTube channel. I play games, review movies, and go over life experiences. Basically, the whole shebang. I am no longer on a hiatus, but come check out my channel. Don't know why I added a button there, I'll be honest with you. YouTube.com/Mike Lynch. I've got some cool, new, and exciting videos for you all to see. So come watch. And he's not the ukulele guy, so don't go clicking him.
Don't even think he's the ukulele guy.
Don't do it.
He's the bongos man.
Sure. Let's get into the news this week, Joe. And again, there's a slow news week. Very, very, very slow news week. But you will now be able to record your Xbox One gameplay for 1 hour using an external hard drive.
Had me on edge, Fix.
So 1 hour's recording via your Xbox. This is. And there's also a story I missed out, which you can now record your gameplay in 1080p as well. So for anyone who's looking to get into making content or doesn't want to make the investment for a graphics card or doesn't have a PC beefy enough to run a graphics card and an Xbox One or whatever the case is, this is really cool.
Yeah,
this is 1080p like recordings. Awesome. You can make compilation videos, you can make funny videos, and being able to record up to an hour onto an external drive. That's how many Let's Plays are you watching this more than an hour? You're not.
No.
At a time, you're not. So this is really good.
Quality is fantastic.
This is really, really good stuff. And again, this is that little Microsoft things that they do that go under the radar. And it's a shame. It really is a shame, but they are such gamer first lately.
Yeah.
That it just goes under. It just nobody really cares.
Yeah, like it makes me want to not stream more, but capture more on my Xbox One for sure. If I still use capture footage for my channel, yeah, I would be doing that nonstop because that's just amazing. Easy. I just wonder how big the file is gonna be.
Yeah, that's probably one thing, but
I mean you can just compress it down, but nonetheless, it's a lot.
It is indeed. Next piece of news. EA Access, the thing I tell you all you should own because it is amazing, now has a new game in its vault. Dead Space 2 is now in the vault.
Such a good game.
I've never played Dead Space 2. This is co-op though, correct? I have not finished one, but I did play one, yeah.
That's fucking good. Yeah, Dead Space 2 is a different type of horror game than 1, but it's still good.
But co-op, correct?
No, that's the shitty one. That's 3. We don't talk about that.
3's the co-op fun. Okay, we don't talk about that. So 2 worth playing?
2's definitely 2's one of my favorite sequels ever.
Obviously, not as good as Resident Evil 2, but sure, I get you.
It's Resident Evil in space, but it's awesome. Like seriously, the way the horror is the total opposite of 1. Where the 1 is like you're waiting for that jump in the beginning. This one they land you right the fuck in it, and it took me a while, like the first level, because it's you're in the first 5 minutes you're in a straitjacket and necromorphs are coming at you.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, what's going on? I need my mom. So it's real good. I love that game. Oh man, yes, I'm gonna play it, and yes, we're gonna have a bad bit Halloween special. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Okay. Next piece of news. Ghost Recon Wildland fans, be happy and rejoice. Ghost War PvP open beta details and class tactics are now available. An open beta for the all-new Ghost War PvP mode hits on September 21st and runs through September 25th. It will be a standalone beta, meaning you do not need to own Wildlands in order to try it out. Ghost War is a 4-on-4 deathmatch mode featuring specialized classes in 3 different categories: Assault, Marksman, and Support. So if you're interested in this, go check out Ubi's website and just probably type in Ghost Recon Wildlands beta on Google. This does nothing for me. I do still have Ghost Recon Wildlands. Still haven't finished it. Won't finish it. Do not intend to finish it. Don't care for the game anymore. This PvP has come way too far out. It's a cool mode if you're still into Ghost Recon Wildlands, I guess.
It is cool that it's a beta because I think they assume, and I think they can see the numbers have dropped dramatically. So this is like, hey, you want to purchase the game again, guys? I know most of you probably traded it in. Here's this multiplayer we're throwing in. Is it too late? Yeah, definitely. Oh God, definitely.
The one thing I do love about this digital age of games, of where like I did once upon a time, I would have bought Ghost Recon Wildlands disc, didn't trade it in, then went and bought it back because of this. Where when I own games digitally now, at least I know they're there, and this content will be there for me no matter what when it does eventually come out of beta, that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Next piece of news. 2 new maps join Gears of War 4 with the new September update. Today sees the next 2 maps, Mercy and the Harbor Haze, arrive via Xbox Live Game Store, bringing the grand total of playable maps to 22.
Wow.
It's all well and good. You got 22 maps. Shame the multiplayer is no good.
Maps for the...
I don't understand how it works anymore because I bought the season pass, so I got early access to the maps, but then I'm pretty sure I realized that everyone gets the maps anyway.
Right.
Or is it, I think there's a whole thing where, yeah, if you haven't got the season pass, you still get the maps. I'm pretty sure.
How do they update their servers if they don't let people pay for them?
Yeah, but I'm not.
I hate this argument. I just want to say one thing.
Do you?
The argument when it comes to microtransactions or DLC in games is how do they keep their servers up if they don't have microtransactions paying for servers? I hate that because it doesn't make any sense.
Why does it make no sense, son? Let's talk about it.
Okay, so here's the deal. I used to work at GameStop, and my one manager used to work at IBM or Intel, one of the two, but he used to work at a server farm. And
he works at a farm with the carrots?
Oh, Jesus, Fix. I really sometimes I wonder, I worry. I worry for Fix. I worry, and then I feel so sorry for Haley. I'm like, she's doing God's work over there.
Definitely. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So server farms are a complex of just servers.
I know what a server farm is. I know.
I'm just saying for people like proper people that aren't that smart.
Okay, got you.
Okay. So that's where your maps are. That's where all the weapons are. That's where you interact in these little servers. So with that, people go, oh, you got to keep the servers up. It costs money every day to run these servers. And one of my bosses, which it does. One of my bosses goes, yeah, it's one of the most all you're doing is you're paying a handful of guys, not even tops, maybe 5, to sit and wait if something goes wrong to fix that thing. So if maybe a wire gets tugged at the wrong way, or they need to replace a wire or replace a server, they just do that. It's really, he's like, the cost is you're just paying for my health insurance. It's not that big of a deal as what companies make it out to be. They're making it out like they're doing God's work, when at the end of the day it's just it's like pennies to the dollar. So when I see people make that argument of well, microtransactions help pay to make the DLC free, I look at games like the original Gears of War, like Splatoon, that literally these games for a whole year, they give you free maps, give you free weapons, give you free fucking characters. No money down. So for me, I'm just it's just a marketing term. And as a PR guy, I know a marketing term when I hear a marketing term. God, that's a marketing term. And maybe I picked the wrong major to major in, and that's made me jaded. But my God, I hate that argument. I hate it so much. Make shaders free, God damn it.
Devil's advocate.
Okay.
The information you got,
right,
could be incorrect.
Maybe.
Is that fair to say?
Possibly. I also
you've got a dumbed down from the conversation we just had.
Right.
You've got a dumbed down version of how things work.
Sure.
You don't know the ins and outs of what this is. Maybe the person you got your information from doesn't know the ins and outs of what it actually costs. Maybe he does. Maybe I'm incorrect. Playing devil's advocate.
I mean, I didn't like this guy. He was a dick. But I will say this. I did used to work at a server place.
Okay, cool.
I can't say the place, but yeah, no, that literally these people, most of their times, guys, if you're in college right now, you don't know what to do, go and go be an IT guy. Because what you're doing is literally most of the day just sitting down.
Yeah, but some people don't live to sit down.
And then I'm just saying that you're just helping people turn on a computer.
But anyway, that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is, games have changed and games are now of the service.
Yeah.
So the argument, I kind of agree, which I don't have a degree or anything in PR, but I do smell bullshit and know bullshit when I hear it and see it and smell it, of course.
Hey, my dog's
there you go. He knows about the fucking bullshit. But what I would say is games of service now need to be online a hell of a lot longer,
right,
for games preservation, or these games will just literally disappear.
Right.
So maybe not for the shortcoming of DLC, like buying DLC supports it straight away, but maybe for the long term, it does.
Maybe for the long, like, look, I'm not trying to be like
what I'm saying is like games like, let's say FIFA, like FIFA sells microtransactions, EA make tons of money off them, boom, boom, boom. Does that then allow FIFA 16 service to stay on that much longer? I would say yes. And don't get me wrong, the drop-off rate for FIFA must be crazy, but I know I can still go back and play the World Cup FIFA game, which released on the Xbox 360,
right,
and it's still played the online mode. There's no one there to play, but it still works.
Right. With that, again, you see companies like Halo 3, great example, and Halo 2, like they closed down those years after, the console's been dead. And with that, I would say this. I understand season passes are a thing. And I understand microtransactions are a thing. The mission of these games is not to help server costs, but it is to make more money for a longer term. That's what this is about.
100%.
And yes, developers need to make money. Games are more expensive than ever, for sure.
Facts.
But there's two things here. First, we need to find ways to cut the cost of these games. Okay, we gotta trim the fat. We gotta cut the fat. Because what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna have games that are so expensive they can't make up those costs,
which we see happen all the time. Like games like Resident Evil 7, sold 4 million copies. Capcom thought it would sell 10.
Right. Yeah. And that's what really happens, and that's what really hurts these developers, is when they're not able to hit those outrageously high numbers and at the same time Metacritic scores out there, and that's how people lose their jobs. For me, if you're going to do season passes, fine, and I understand that. If you're going to do microtransactions, fine, but don't give me both. And like for in the case of Destiny 2, don't make something that was free for multiple years cost something now and give the excuse of, well, it's the sequel, things change. And I'm like, yeah, and you change most of the things for the better, but
my argument is just don't buy the microtransactions.
No. And that's my thing too, is like I was having this conversation with my buddy, and I'm like, okay, I'm not buying them, but right, to me, the answer of, well, just don't buy them is, yeah, we're doing that. Like, people who don't believe in it aren't doing it, and I think that things will change because of it. But don't yell at someone for going, I don't like this, and I'm not going to buy them, and then just go, well, then don't say anything. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? You asked me a question, you know what I mean? Like when he asked me, what do I think about microtransactions, and I'm just like, I don't like them, and I'm not gonna buy them. Don't yell at people. Just let people have that opinion. Like, to me, I was saying to one of my buddies, what's the worst that's gonna happen if I get my way and shaders are free? You get free shaders, so you benefit no matter what, right? If Bungie reverses their decision, you get a free shader. And if they don't, well, if you like the system, then no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? That's what
I guess.
Yeah. And also, you got to take into account that take it like you're eating at a restaurant. That thing that's to say that slice of pizza costs $5. That piece of pizza costs $5 because it has to pay the employees, has to pay its utilities, has to pay for the furniture in the place. So that's why the pizza's $5. So you're cutting it into thirds. Or you got to pay for the ingredients. There you go. So there you go. So the pizza really costs $2 instead of $5, but you're paying, or $1.50, but you're paying all these little attachments because got to keep the lights on, got to pay people, got to pay for the ingredients. So when you cut down on costs for the actual servers, if we're using that same math, something that costs $1 really should cost, I don't know, I can't do that good math. What, like 32 cents or something?
I don't know. I guess so.
I'm dyslexic.
But even it does
probably yell at me in the next episode.
But okay, we're gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. WWE 2K18, a game that I'm actually really excited for, and because of this story.
Oh, okay.
My career mode has been detailed, revealing heavy emphasis on story to come in this year's version. For those who remember, when I bought maybe 2 years ago, 2K16,
okay.
there was no story. The story mode, this was just as 2K took over the game, was a great wrestling game. Love that side of things. Didn't have a story mode. Didn't have the old SmackDown versus Raw feel, the Road to WrestleMania feel, the SmackDown just bring it feel. The information Take-Two has put out to date in this blog post tells me this is going to be a great wrestling game, and here's why. So WWE 2K18's career mode improves upon previous iterations by letting players choose between two different story paths, company man and fan favorite. The company man path has you aid and side with the GMs, doing whatever it takes to help create and maintain the GM's vision for the WWE. You'll ambush other WWE superstars in the locker room and interrupt their interviews, and by doing so, you'll gain access to Vince McMahon's office and a few useful upgrades. Fan favorite path is the complete opposite, with players instead focusing on gaining respect of WWE superstars and legends and putting on 5-star matches and exceptional promos. You will earn in-ring bonuses and eventually gain the ability to custom your very own WWE Universal Championship. Or WWE Championship, sorry.
That's fucking awesome. And
I've
never been interested in a wrestling game. Now I definitely am.
Both paths will lead you to your WrestleMania moment. However, for the first time in the series, your career mode won't there. I'm guessing it won't end there.
Okay.
Sorry, that's not me. This is in the writing. Won't end there, allowing you to continue your journey as a WWE superstar. Other new additions to the career mode are the inclusion of backstage free roaming, letting you talk and befriend other WWE superstars, new and improved promos, and an updated to my career invasions that allow other players roam in your back room in your my career save. Yes. I
would finally love to see what the McMahon office looks like. You know, like are you walking in and like he just did a line and like he's just like, hey Joe, what's going on?
What's going on, brother?
That's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, same thing. Vince made Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan and PewDiePie are hanging out, and they're just like,
"Oh, that's not." This sounds cool.
This sounds brother.
This is literally what I've wanted in a WWE game for the last couple of years. They finally seems like they're doing it. We'll see. See.
I'm really excited.
Next piece of news, Vince McMahon will be added to the WWE 2K playable roster. Of course he is. This is Vince McMahon we're talking about. Next piece of news, For Honor adds a new tribute mode for people still playing the For Honor. So you've got to give it to... Do you know what?
Okay.
Let's give it to Ubisoft.
Hey, round of applause.
Because they made two great games in For Honor and Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yes. Maybe not games for me, but two great games.
Great games, yes.
And they're still just improving on those goddamn games. And they've seemed to have found their way of doing things. So good for them. For Honor is getting a new mode called Tribune. Did I fuck this up? Did I truck this up?
You did.
I did, didn't I?
You stuck with the fuck up. You should have just stuck with it.
And no one would have questioned me either. Anyway, it's a 4v4 multiplayer objective mode that tasks players to capture capturing free offering around the map and then bringing them back to their other team shrines. Each shrine grants you a different blessing once an offering has been made. So if you're into For Honor, there is still more For Honor coming your goddamn way. We can skip that story, but we can talk about this one. Destiny 2 surpasses 1.2 million concurrent players online. So this is not sales, this is concurrent players online at one time. Destiny 2 developer Bungie has revealed that the new shooter had more than 1.2 million concurrent users on September 10th. Thank you all. In a tweet they said, thank you all for playing Guardians. Right now Destiny 2 has over 1.2 million concurrent players online. We'll see you in the wild. Damn.
I want to know. I need to know how many units this thing sold, because damn, I mean, they put 500 million, I believe, into this game. So I mean, they made their money back for
this game itself, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. I would like one more raid.
Well, there'll be one soon, right? Yeah, there'll be one more for free, right?
Hopefully. Now, usually the case is that's where the expansions are, but
oh, really?
Yeah, from what I'm hearing about this raid, I hope they have another one to kind of make up for it. So
fair enough.
But I'm excited. This excites me. 1.2 million, that's real strong, you know. I know we're gonna have things like Battlefront, things like Call of Duty coming along the way, but it's gonna still hold up strong. I know I'm gonna still be playing it.
Yeah, me
November.
Too. Yeah. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, a game that just we won't stop talking about, will improve the look of its water thanks to Sea of Thieves. In an interview with games industry biz, PUBG creator Brendan Greene revealed that the popular online battle royale game will now be using Rare's great water tech that is in Sea of Thieves, thanks to Bluehole Inc.'s partnership with Microsoft to publishing the game on Xbox. Quote, Rare said they loved the game, they played it a lot, but your water. I mean, our water is not very good, but Rare has great water tech. They said, we should share some knowledge. That's a great thing about being part of a network of studios, Greeny said. And I quote, we can get that water tech essentially for free, and we can share stuff with them. That's just the invaluable because of their water is great. Having that would be really finish off our well nicely. Please carry on.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the other part of that.
You're absolutely fine.
So I gotta say, every time I read that quote, I read it in Donald Trump's voice because I feel like it's just a very disjointed quote. It's like, I love it, I play it a lot of it, but I mean, our water not very good. Rare's water, great water tech. Best tech out there, believe me, folks. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I don't know. I love this quote every time I look at it.
PUBG is getting better because of Rare. Yeah. Rare's water is great, and PUBG's water isn't very good. So this is just a cool little story I wanted to add in.
Is it really that bad? Is it like bad? Like you know me, I played it literally once.
It's not bad, but you can't shoot through the water at the moment. So if there's a player underwater, damned, you can't shoot through the water to kill that person.
So you gotta either wait for them to drown.
You have to wait for them to drown, or you have to crouch down and punch them. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And next piece of news and the last piece this week, which is Xbox Store confirms Destiny 2 DLC leak. An Xbox Store listing has all but confirmed a previously leaked regarding Destiny 2's Curse of Osiris DLC. The listing, which does not specify a release date, includes the following list of additions to the base game: Explore Mercury and its mysterious Infinite Forest. Sorry, I had that. Don't worry. New story missions and adventures, new theme weapons, armor, and gear to earn new cooperative activities, new competitive multiplayer arenas. So this is all now confirmed to be coming via DLC.
I'm very excited.
Not about the DLC or not, surely, because you hate DLC and season passes.
Well, no. Like I said, I don't mind them. Just not when they're together. But this excites me. Curse of Osiris DLC. Osiris is a major player in Destiny. He's a very elusive character in Destiny. And maybe we get to finally see him. God, that was a loud truck. But maybe finally we get to see him. I don't know. This excites me. I like this. Hopefully that comes with a raid.
More than likely. More than likely.
You don't know, because here's the thing. Destiny DLC, I'm going to say it. I know everybody's hyped off Destiny 2. I know nobody wants to admit things. Not very good DLC. House of Wolves was garbage. I paid $30 for a non-raid DLC. Come on, Bungie. Come on.
Well, that is our show this week, Joe. That is it. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you want this show early, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. Audio version, $3. Video version, $4. I can't speak today, apparently. Apart from that, let's plug and get ourselves out of here, Joe. What have you got to plug this week, my friend?
You forgot one thing. Someone's challenged me.
I forgot two things.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we are doing a Marvel versus Capcom tournament.
Right.
So I need anybody who wants to enter that tournament to head over to Facebook.com/myXboxandme or email in myXboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to be part of the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite tournament, let us know. What I'm trying to say to everyone is, maybe don't buy Marvel vs. Capcom for this tournament. But what I would say is rent Marvel vs. Capcom for this tournament. Because we're going to do it, because it comes out next week. We're going to do it, I think we're going to do the tournament the week after that. Because everyone a week to play, figure out their favorite characters, get good.
Find out the cheapest character.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably do.
More than likely. So all I know that's confirmed so far is me, Chris, Joe.
Right.
We do need more people than that. I would love it to be like a whole league system instead of it being a straight knockout system. Right. So if we can get enough people together, we're going to host it over on twitch.tv/mcfixer. Come along, play. I'm going to try and get a prize for the winner. So we'll see. But yeah, if you're interested in that, please do. Also, Joe has something he has to tell you about this week.
So, as to the People's Champ, and I've been proud of this title. I've been real proud of it.
You have.
As the years of which I've owned it, of which you, the audience, have granted me this power, which has also great responsibility. You Uncle Bend me the belt. And here's the deal. Kreshnik Games over on Twitch. Plays. Whatever. Same thing, right?
Okay.
He's challenged me for the People's Champ belt. I know it's shocking. He's a very good player, better than me. So this is a Rocky IV moment.
I know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to convince the people to help you at the moment. I see what you're doing.
What am I doing? No. As the People's Champ, I know the people are already rallying behind me.
Okay.
They hear this threat of this beautiful man who's very reminiscent of Jon Snow, but with curly hair. And you know, he lies a threat to what the belt means, because he doesn't want the belt. He just wants the belt, you know? He wants it so that I don't have it. That's not what a People Champ is, but nonetheless, he's challenged me to Smite, a nerds game. I challenged him to a Gears of War match because this is a My Xbox and Me, you know, podcast after all. This is an Xbox podcast. Smite, come on.
It's on Xbox.
It's on Xbox. It's not an exclusive. Anyway.
But the important information here is that the My Xbox and Me community will be voting on the third game that Joe and Chris play. Yeah. So Joe will put something up on his Twitter and on the Facebook group. Yep. We need you all to go over there and vote for what game you want. There will be
this week we'll put all the names on the list.
Yep.
Next week we'll vote for them.
Okay. We'll figure that out.
And then the People's Champ belt is on the line. But I fight for the people. And trust me, if I win, this upset because it's a David and Goliath story. That'd be beautiful. If I lose, trust me, I have so many more titles to give myself. So with that, you can also check me out at Bad Bit Games over on YouTube. And you can also check out my podcast, the PlayStation Podcast, on iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher. And this week was literally all about Destiny 2. So, shocker, right?
Yeah, you can find me on all the places at MC Fixer. If you just type in my name, I pop up usually. Insta, Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. Twitch subs. If you are looking to become a Twitch sub, head over to twitch.tv/MCFixer. It is half price right now in the month of September. You pay $2.50 and we still get paid a full $5. We don't. We only get paid $2.50. That's a lie. Because Twitch takes half the money because they're Norway. But you're not giving Twitch the money for this half price stuff. You're giving it all to me. So maybe you want a shiny emote next to your name, or just to show some love to the channel, you can do that for $2.50. Until next time, I will love you. I will leave you. I will see you all later.